Hello there everybody. I have some Swazi Agates laid out in front of me, and they just got done tumbling in my rock tumbler, so they have a beautiful polish on them, and I'd like to share them all with you. Recently I've been uploading some shorts to YouTube showing the results of cutting some of them on my tile saw, trying to guess which one's going to be the coolest one before I cut into them to see what the results are. So those have been some pretty fun videos, and I thought I would make a video showing the results of what they can actually look like when they're all polished up. So that's what this video is going to be about today. One thing I'd like to throw in here real quick is in my 1,000 subscriber thank you video, I have some numbers hidden in there. So the first person to leave in a comment in this video what those numbers are, I have a special giveaway for you. So once again, in my 1,000 subscriber thank you video, I have some numbers hidden in there. So the first person to leave a comment in this video what those numbers are, I will have a gift just for you. I would also like to add that these 1,000 subscriber video giveaways are only going to be for people living in the United States, the continental United States, just because of the shipping costs and logistics and stuff like that. So also I'm going to do another giveaway, so we'll go ahead and pick a number between 1 and 1,000, and I'll do like a random number generator in my next video. So go ahead and leave a guess in the comments in this video here. Also pick a number between 1 and 1,000, and in my next video I'll probably do like get my laptop out and do the numbers so we can all see what the number is going to be and make it fair and stuff like that. So anyways, let's get back to this video here and checking out some of these beautiful polished Swazi agates. I also like to point out these Swazi agates get their name from the Swazi people, the Swazi language. These aren't found in Swaziland, Africa, which is a country just southwest of Mozambique. So Swaziland's this little tiny country, and Mozambique's just northeast of it, so much larger country. That's where these are found. This has got a really nice soft pastel colors look to it, and I like that cute little pink pocket there. A little different from some of the Swazi agates that I cut, but still very, very pretty. Pinks and yellows and blues there. Not sure exactly how that was, maybe like that, I think. But yeah, it's a pretty cool one. So it's a soft pastel one, so it's a little harder to see, but it's kind of cool how it still has some of those pock marks on the outside like that. But tumbled up just fine. Didn't get any cerium oxide, anything like that stuck in there. It's what I usually use to get my polish. I use like a super cerium oxide. There's a pinkish kind of salmon-y colored stuff, and then there's like a white premium one. That's the one that I like to use. They're both pretty expensive, and the super cerium's significantly more, but I like using it better. And these ones are totally stunning. This is one of my more favorite Swazi agates that I've cut. I really like this one. That's a cool little one. I wasn't sure if I was just going to do a face polish on this one or put it in my tumbler. I really didn't want it to get ruined, but turned out just fine. Just love the patterns and colors in this red, white, and blue. Kind of like an orangish even kind of color in there. Tube pattern down there. A lot of these Swazi agates get like a scalloped pattern on the outside of them here. You get floaters and you get water lines. Floaters are where you get like a quartz pocket and then you'll get like another little agate inside of that. This one doesn't have any water lines in it, surprisingly, but that's one of my favorite ones. I really like that one. This one here is just one that I had to grind it down. Probably had to cut off a piece of it here, probably, and rounded that down quite a bit. There's a fracture line running through it, but it's pretty smooth. Probably self-healed. But I like that really deep, kind of like rosy colored. It goes into the purplish amethyst color there. That's really cool. It is a really nice one. Looks like it's got a little bit of parallax going on there. I really like the pattern that you usually see when you tumble these Swazi agates. The skin, the husk will wear down, and then you'll be left with this pattern, like these little tubes or something. Just a bunch of little circles. Really cool. A lot of times you see like these ridges in these Swazi agates. That's very, very common in the ones that I see. But yeah, I really like this one. This one's very cool. This one here has a floater and water lines in it, so this one's really cool. I love the edges on these Swazi agates. Sometimes that's actually the best part. Yeah, it's got that soft pinkish wispy plume of smoke or something floating in there. That's really cool down there too. So here's the water lines. It's always kind of a guessing game when you cut these too. You know, you never know. You could have cut it this way here and it would have come out completely different. To me, that's really the only. I mean, I suppose there's a few ways you could have cut this, but when I cut it, I like to cut it through its thickest, meatiest spot, so you get the biggest patterns. And try not to cut through any of the windows, obviously. Unless there's a fracture, then I don't really care personally. If I'm cutting through a window or not, if it's got a fracture and there's no place else to cut it, then I'll just go through I'll just cut it right through the fracture, and that way, you know, sometimes you don't even notice that there was a fracture there if I grind it down right, you know. But yeah, anyways, this is a really, really pretty one. I like that. Very cool. See there again, none of that turned out funky. There's no grit or residue or nothing in there, so this one here is just a broken piece that I found. I buy almost all these at the gem shop, and I have really, really, really good luck cutting these Swazi agates, and probably the best luck out of any other agates, except for maybe, you know, Sumatra agates. I have pretty good luck with them also. And you know, one of the things is I go to the gem shop and I hand pick the ones that I like myself. So I'm sure there's that, you know, why I have such good results versus you know, any other ones. But they let you sort through Malawis too. You can go and pick all the Malawis you want. It costs you more money to do it that way, but you can pick through them also. And you know, I've had pretty good luck with them, but they're, you know, still kind of so to me, but these Swazi agates and the Sumatra agates are my favorites to cut, just because they almost always turn out to be pretty awesome. This piece here was just like a broken nodule that I saw that was laying in one of their buckets or bins that they had of them, and I'm like, that's kind of cool. It had some really pretty colors in there, and I was like, you know what, that's a nice chunky piece. I'll go ahead and tumble that. Doesn't need a whole lot of work done to it, and it doesn't have the most amazing agate pattern to it, but I mean, I like the color a lot. It's got a nice shine to it. It's a nice chunky agate. That's really cool, that tiny little pattern down there. I remember the first time seeing these, and I thought they were dyed, like they had been dyed or something, like they were fake. I was like, these can't be real. I'm like, what? It's pink and blue. I'm like, what? This is so surreal. I'm like, this is crazy. There's no way these are real agates. And I started digging through them. I'm like, well, maybe they are. And I brought them home and started cutting them and polishing them, and they turned out to be one of my favorite agates. And just so many neat things can happen with these when you cut into them. There's a complete mystery. A lot of times when I pick them out because of the shape. I just, if I can't cut something too big, but I like to have size, that are about this nice size. This is like the perfect size for me to cut right here. And sometimes you can cut it that way and get neat results, but a lot of times I like to cut them going long way here, going this way. And there's really a bunch of places where you could have cut it. I could have cut it going that way too, and would have maybe different results also. But I always try to go through the thickest part of it. Yeah, that's a neat one. I like that a lot. It's just interesting. Some of these other halves are getting retumbled for various reasons. So some of these may not have the other complete half. I think this is the other half to this one. Pretty certain. It's just kind of like, which way does it go? I think maybe it goes this way, just because of the water lines. But yeah, it's a neat one. I just love the water lines in these. That's some of the coolest features in agates, is seeing how the water lines are stacked. Just the orientation of how it was in the ground. It's just cool to know how it was being formed and stuff like that. Just my favorite things about collecting rocks and agates especially is just to think about how they were formed, all the different processes, the heat and pressure and stuff that was, time, and how these were formed, what the conditions on the planet were like. There kind of has some of the times the neatest feature on the agates is like the outer husk of it. It's just really neat. Just to give you an idea what I'm talking about here. This is so you can see this is all, it's got this husk here. You really have no idea what's underneath that, and if this was just a whole nodule of that, and it was all this color, if it was red, like that red husk, then once you start grinding it down, wearing away, then it's cool to see the pattern underneath it. This is going to be one of the rocks that I'll be giving away. Also, this rock here has gone through the first couple steps, so it's pretty smooth. I'm going to be tumbling it shortly here after some of the batches that I got done are done. Then I'll get these guys going again. I just thought I'd show you guys kind of like what they look like halfway through the tumbling process. All the husk is pretty much worn off. It's pretty rounded. The edges are pretty smooth. You can't really see any saw marks from when I cut it on my tile saw. But yeah, that's such a fascinating one. I like the little tubey things here. I don't know what to call them. They just look like tiny little tubes, little crystal growth things or something. I don't know. Almost like platelets that we're just kind of like stacking, and I don't know. Interesting though. Just think about how something like this could have formed. Fascinating. Where were we? Yeah, I think we just got done looking at that one. Can't remember if we looked at this one. I don't think so. In one of my most recent Swazi videos that I cut, the shorts that I uploaded, it's got this kind of like the same pink amethyst druzy pocket inside. Also, it's got like these white chunky mineral things. I'm not sure exactly what mineral that is. I don't think it's quartz, but that's really interesting that it's intact inside there. I think I tried picking it out like a long time ago, and I'm like, no, this must be, that's some kind of growth, some kind of formation inside that pocket. And you can see the druzy is still pretty sparkly there. When I'm tumbling rocks, I have like ceramic media and these tiny little ceramic pellets, and they'll just kind of naturally wedge themselves in there, and or another little small rock pellet that's tumbling inside the rocks. And so these usually end up getting protected when I'm tumbling them. You might be wondering, wouldn't grit or something get in there and ruin that? Shouldn't you put something in, wedge, in there, protect it? But little rocks just naturally find their way in there, and I'll just leave them in there through the whole. If there's one that's stuck in there, I'll just leave it in there. I'll just keep tumbling it with it instead of picking out. And I figured it's already found its home inside there, and I'll tumble it like that, and then it ends up protecting the little crystal pocket while I'm tumbling it. This has got some really nice water lines in this one. Really nice colors. I don't think this is the other half. I think this is just a different one. See, it's got the cool scalped pattern there on the outside of it. Little crystal quartz pocket in the middle. It's very typical, and then the water lines there. So even just the average ones, even just the mediocre ones are still pretty cool, wouldn't you say? I think they're pretty nice. It's pretty good variety in these Swazi agates, really. You can even get like these little pseudomorph kind of things. Very uncommon for me when I'm cutting into them, but Then again, it could just be some of the nodules, the shapes and stuff. The ones that I look for don't typically have a. Sometimes you can tell like where there's going to be a pseudomorph in an agate. You can tell by the way it looks on the outside. Like Coemetos, you can just tell that it's going to be a pseudomorph, but it's a little harder to tell with these. Like a Botswana is extremely uncommon to have a pseudomorph Botswana. It's kind of like very uncommon, in my opinion, with these Swazis also. Just don't really see that very often. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It's got some fractures and stuff going on it, but it all tumbled just fine. It held together. Man, it's really, really weird. Always curious to know which one's your guys' favorite. You know, maybe you can say all of them. That's an acceptable answer. I'll go with that. But it's always nice to know which one you think is your personal favorite. You know, just I think that one's my personal favorite. But you know, someone might like this one better, and heck, someone might like this one. Someone might like this one better. So it's just always interesting to know which one everybody likes the most. Just love the red in that. And it's cool how you can just see like a nice line right there. So you can just tell when you're looking at that, selecting if some of it's visible. You know, you're like, well, gee, this is going to be a waterline agate. You know, this is where the lines are. So if I cut it this way, then yeah, that's a neat one. I like it. I like how it's more purple on this side and it's more red on this side. This is neat. Alright, this one here. So probably when I cut it, I probably was like, oh man, I saw this big fracture here, and this other piece probably broke off or something into some smaller pieces, or I don't know. I'm sure I probably threw them in the tumbler, but they're probably too small to notice. I like the orange there, but you can see again there's no polish really that got stuck in there. Maybe a little bit in there we can see, just a tiny bit, but that's what's nice about the Super Cerium, is that it's white and it doesn't seem to get in there as bad as the microlumina polish sometimes, or the regular cerium oxide. That I just don't even like using that at all. It's a really high grade polish and gets you a nice polish, but that pinkish kind of color, and if it gets stuck in there, it just really sticks out like a sore thumb on the rocks. I'd rather use something white like microlumina or the Super Cerium. So it costs significantly more than microlumina, but you know, if you got some high grade agates, some really nice ones, and you want really good results, then just pay the extra money. Pay the money and get the better stuff. Get the good stuff. Get the good stuff, man. It's worth it. This piece is really cool. This one's great. No fractures in it really. See the nice flow pattern coming in there. Kind of rounded it down a little bit more for effect. It's a nice looking agate. Pretty sweet. Yep. Hopefully after watching this video, some of you guys have more of an appreciation for Swazi agates. Maybe you've never heard of them before, and you can see why I'm such a fan of these. But yeah, I just love the outer edge of these agates. Sometimes they're just so fascinating, and the outside of them is just as interesting, if not more interesting sometimes, you know. Ooh, my stomach's growling, I'm pretty hungry. But I like this kind of like reddish, orangish kind of, you almost kind of get the same color in Malawi's. This is a very common colored, in my opinion. It's kind of reddish, orangish color, but this one might be kind of a hard to guess. You know, this looks like like a Malawi or something I could possibly cut, but this is definitely a Swazi agate. You can just tell by looking at the outside of it. Even if you can't tell from the inside here, you can definitely tell by the outside. I like that one a lot. This is a very typical Swazi agates. A lot of times they're just this. They don't have the husk on them at all. They're just rounded, and they kind of come to a point shape, and they'll be this reddish color here, and then they'll be kind of like this yellow white clear point down here, and very, 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 very common. And sometimes if it has a nice shape, I'll go ahead and take it and take a chance on it. Sometimes they're fun ones, and you can see in my shorts that I cut some that are like this, and this one's really kind of weird. It's kind of solid here. I don't really get ones like this usually. You know, usually the lines are more stacked. So you can see a little bit here, but even still, and this side here, it's still, you know, but it's very cool. No duds in this group. This one here, I almost didn't tumble it. I saw the fractures, and and there might have actually been the other one when I cut it. It probably did break into some smaller pieces. I remember getting this one and I'm like, oh man, the color just looks so good. I'm like, but it looks like it's got some fractures and stuff in it. I was like, oh, I gotta take a chance on it. So, but yeah, unfortunately, the other piece, it just broke into some worthless pieces. And but this one here, surprisingly, so you can see there's no visible cracks, or it's all healed. But it held up. It didn't fall apart when it was tumbling, so I'm kind of glad that I did take a chance on it and tumble it. I think it turned out pretty good. See, these pieces just down here are some other pieces, just some broken pieces from whatever, but I save all the pieces I can. They all end up going into the tumbler, and this is very similar to some of the ones that I've been showing in my shorts. So that's one of the reasons why I thought it'd be cool to upload this video, just to show everybody what these look like when they're polished. Pretty typical color here. This pinkish red, and then how the blues is all kind of swirled, and this is really cool. It's like cotton candy, you know. The best word to describe this agate to me, it looks like cotton candy agate. Really, really dreamy, surreal in colors. This agate, I'm pretty sure that I have the other half tumbling in the rock tumbler right now. But no sense in waiting for all of them to get done to make this video. Just for one rock, but yeah, I like the tube growth things, whatever it is going on there. It's just really neat. Alright. Lastly, we have this one. I'm pretty sure the other half of this one's in the rock tumbler as well. And sometimes this flat part here doesn't get a nice enough polish and comes out dull, so I'll repolish it, and that's probably what's going on with with a couple of these. But anyways, this is kind of hard to see this one, so we'll hold it up pretty close here. It's kind of almost like this other one here. It's kind of hard to see the pattern in it. The pastels are so soft in it, but still really, really cool. I know some people like to look for faces in rocks. I don't, pareidolia. But I guess you can almost kind of see one, two eyes and a mouth right there. All right, so don't forget to pick a number between 1 and 1,000. Leave that in the comments below. And if you can figure out what that number is that's hidden in my 1,000 thank you video, leave that in the comments below. If you're the first person to do that, I have a couple gifts. It's only available to people that are in the United States only, please. So, all right, thanks for watching. Until next time, everybody, take care and rock on.